We drove this morning from Warrigal towards Tralgan as it was planned, 29 kilometers. We drove on the motorway and then we took the turn off Moy Newborough and then we started the walk from Newborough to Yallour North on the C103 highway. This is a single road. There's different gradings of roads. F means freeway, M means motorway, and then next one is A classification, then B, then C. So I'm on a C road today, C, and then the number is 103. This is in Victoria. That's the southeastern part of Australia. That's where I live. And Melbourne is the capital of Victoria, the beautiful city. And this is a beautiful state. So I'll show you where we are. So this is a C103 and I'm heading sort of northeast because we can't walk on the freeway. So that's why we had to drive this morning for a few minutes. And now Vishalbhi has gone ahead of me. He'll be waiting at Yallour North. If there's any cafeteria or something open, he might have a cup of tea or coffee while he's waiting for me. And I should be there in about less than 2 hours. I think it's about 9 kilometers or so. So I guess with all the uphill and downhill, perhaps 2 hours at the most, yeah. We should be there. But otherwise, it's a beautiful morning. The sun's out. There's a few clouds in the sky. And you can see the birds are enjoying. And very little traffic on this country road, especially this time of the morning. It may increase as the day progresses. I'm wearing high-vis means high visibility t-shirt, so the truckies and the other drivers can see me from a distance. You can see. So this is the requirement, and I'm wearing a McGrath Foundation cap on my head. This is not a requirement, but I feel proud to be associated with the McGrath Foundation because they do a fantastic job. They do such a wonderful job. Those breast care nurses of McGrath Foundation, such wonderful people. The way they care about the patients and their families, they become part of the families and they look after them. They know exactly what the patients needed because many of the McGrath Foundation nurses are former breast cancer patients themselves. So that's why they know what the patient's going through and what they need, because they've been on the other side of the table as well. At the moment they have, I think, 224 nurses on the books, and they need the number to rise to 250 so they can care for all the breast cancer patients in the country, so no one goes without the care they deserve. When someone is diagnosed with breast cancer, it's not just the patient, but the whole family, the whole circle of friends, they all get shattered. Breaks their heart. The life comes to a standstill. Life takes a different meaning. Life takes a turn, a nightmare for some people. And some people take it as a challenge, as a positive, that I'm going to fight it out. Yeah, all depends. Is the glass half full or half empty? It's easy said than done. When it happens to you, you don't see is the glass half full or empty. You feel like breaking it, because your family, your life has been disrupted by this dreadful disease called breast cancer. And as I have mentioned before, it's not only women but also men are diagnosed with breast cancer. Okay, not much to report at the moment. I'll come back perhaps in a little while again to give you more up to date on day 4. So day 3, sorry, I forgot to switch back to the road. I just realized. So day 3 completed yesterday when we reached Warrigal. It's Warrigal, it's pronounced as Warrigal, but spelled as W-A-R-R-A-G-U-L, Warragul. But no one says Warragul, everyone says Warrigal. This is also the next town where we should be reaching by tonight. It's called Tralgan. T-R-A-R-A twice. So T-R-A-R-A-L-G-O-N. Tralgan, not Tralgan. No, it's Tralgan. So we need to learn the local slang of how local people pronounce it. On day 2, we walked through Berwick, which is spelled B-E-R-W-I-C-K, Berwick. But no one says Berwick, everyone says Berwick. Yeah. I think this is how we distinguish between people who are local and who have come from somewhere else. But I guess this is in every language, in every region, every part of the world, the same. Yeah. Okay. This is a beautiful landscape we have on both sides. And here it says College Park Project in Newborough. Yeah. Yeah, people chuck some litter. There's a plastic bottle, there's paper, there's a straw. You can't educate everybody, but the most of the people are well behaved and they behave responsibly and they dispose of their wastage, rubbish, empty cans, bottles, glasses, cups, straws responsibly. into a bin. There's also a drive here in Australia, it says bin it instead. Yeah, the drive is called bin it instead. Means don't throw it out of your car or out of your truck. Bin it instead. Put in the rubbish bin. The bins are provided in many places where the drivers pull over, often to have a power nap on a long drive, because Australia is a big country. Calling it a country is an understatement. It is a subcontinent, because the area is about almost 2.5 times of the size of India. The area of Australia is close to 8 million square kilometers, and India is, I think, about 3.2 million square kilometers, or maybe just a few points up or down. So this is the TAFE. TAFE means Technical and Further Education. It's like a training centers, similar to, and Yallourn is the place we're heading to, Yallourn North. Technical and Further Education are trade schools like Morad's Schule in Wien, where I trained in the 70s, early 70s to mid 70s and late 70s for about 3.5 years, along with my friend Gerhard Feder, who not only went to school, the same school as me in Vienna, and we learned the same trade, but he was in the same class, but also we sat on the same bench for 3.5 years, and we never been friends ever since. Gerhard has visited us here in Australia once with his friend at that time, and I have visited Austria several times since migrating to Australia in 1980, so 44 years ago. And most of the time I have been to Europe, I have made a point to visit Vienna or Austria, which I call my second home. I'm not sure if I have mentioned, this is my third walk to support the McGrath Foundation, and all 3 walks were from Melbourne cricket ground to Sydney cricket ground, although I've taken a different path each time. First time it was more or less straight up to Seymour, which is about 75-80 kilometers from Melbourne, or 100. Straight up north, and then I turned left to Nagambie, to Murchison, then Marupana, Shepparton, then through the back way through Cosgrove and a few other towns to Wangaratta, then from Wangaratta to Beechworth to Yakandenda, And then all those names that come from the Aborigine native language, I guess, or maybe little towns they were there, perhaps thousands of years ago, I'm not sure. But after Yakandana itself is also an Aborigine name. And after that is Tengamlenga, or in short they call it Tengam. And then there was a town called Talangata. Ran through Corryong. And after Corryong, we crossed the Murray River and entered New South Wales. So that was the end of Victoria. And New South Wales, the first town we came to was Ken Coburn. And that's where the snowy mountains begin. And you have to have a permit, and you need to pay a little fee to drive through the Mount Kosciuszko Park. That's where Shekhar joined us first time to drive all the way to Sydney after that. And he relieved Satyajit and his son Rohan, and Shekhar took over. But before that, I was lucky that we had Shekhar from day one. When I left the MCG first time, he drove up north, and then this is where Dr. Jeet, my friend, he joined us, and took us where and Michael, the owner of the van, Michael Wang, he relieved Dr. Jeet. And he left Michael's car at Shepparton. And then Rahul took over, and it was strange because Rahul was not given the exact address where we were, and he was heading towards Shepparton, and unintentionally he took a wrong turn, and guess what? And he was right there where we were, swapping car with the van, so Michael could go back home to Melbourne. So you could call it coincidence, or you could call it perhaps divine intervention, that Rahul had to take a wrong turn and he would end up right where we were. And Rahul was accompanied by his wife Monica, but also Lakshmi, his daughter. Yeah, it was a surprise. After Rahul, then Satyajit took over at that time with Rohan. So anyway, I'll tell you more about it perhaps another time. Otherwise the battery will go flat. So based on the previous two walks, we have put together a book called A Retiree's Odyssey. Walk from MCG to the SCG to support the McGrath Foundation. For myself and my friend Dr. Anand Kulkarni, who's put together my thoughts, my experience, in a beautiful way. And this book will be available on Amazon and in retail outlets through Dimux and others soon after the new year. So our guess is about 15th of January. Well, it could be a few days earlier or later. So I would request everyone to buy this book, because all the proceeds from the sale of this book will also go to McGrath Foundation. Thank you very much for the moment. We'll come back to you later. Bye.